Is Ghost of Yotei the best sword game on PS5? Stuck inside an open world that keeps tapping you on the shoulder? That's the friction. The combat rocks. The vistas go feral beautiful. The story hits revenge notes with a human pulse. And then you're nudged toward yet another map toy with the same follow the wind wink you've seen before. Stick around. We'll break down why critics split on the side content, how the weapon sandbox actually changes fights, and the one tweak that could turn a great game into an instant classic. Context first: new hero, new era. Atsu, brought to life with crackling intensity by Erika Ishii, is not here to debate Bushido on a mountaintop. It's early 1600s Izo, Mount Yotei on the horizon, and a lifetime of blood debt to settle against the Yotei Six and their velvet-voiced monster, Lord Saito. The setup is familiar by design, but the framing is bolder. The camera drinks in letterbox silhouettes, fields whipped by like paintings in the rain, and the score leans on shamisen motifs that later fold into gameplay. Multiple outlets flag this as Sucker Punch's most cohesive vibe past to date. The samurai movie wrapper feels earned, not pasted on. Now the bold take. Ghost of Yotei's combat is the reason you buy it. Everything else, from exploration to side quests, either stays out of the way or occasionally trips over your ankles. If Sucker Punch had shipped this as a 15-20 hour linear action game with small hubs, we'd be debating where it ranks among the all-timers. Evidence. Let's triangulate. Game Rant goes full throttle. Calls the combat perfect, the graphics PS best of best in class, the side content meaningful because it feeds the moveset. IGN lands slightly cooler but still glowing. The revenge tale is predictable yet effective, the parry and counter dance is addictive, and the world design smartly nudges you without a minimap soup. Eurogamer takes the opposite lane. Heartfelt story and excellent swordplay, yes, but side quests are prehistoric, puzzles are baby soft, and the open world's clue-based veneer dissolves into hand-holding. Same game, different reactions. Why? Because Yotei is a marriage of two design philosophies, and some of you are here for the vows while others are noticing the prenup. Let's dissect the sword room. Instead of Tsushima's stance wheel, Atsu carries an armory that defines matchups. The Kusarigama is the star shield breaks crowd sweeps, and that beautiful get-over-here ranged assassination that never stops being funny. Spears carve up side users, dual katanas chew the soft targets, and the Odachi is a freight train for heavies. It is rock, paper, scissors, but the magic trick is cadence. Weapon swapping is frictionless and every switch resets the fight's rhythm. Add firearms and you get spice without cheese. A musket shot that punches through armor is a commitment. Reloads feel like hours, but when it lands, the screen exhales. The flintlock is your pocket stunner and closer. Throw in smoke bombs, Metsubushi dust, and flame-kissed blades, and the samurai fantasy broadens into do what wins, which suits Atsu's character. Targeting and camera are the one mechanical blind spot you'll feel sooner or later. Here the sources literally disagree. One review praises a better placed camera and even mentions a lock-on option if you want it. Another laments occasional whiffs, because there is no lock-on. The consistent through line is this: when fights get busy, your spatial reads matter more than any toggle. Perfect parry windows reward focus, and standoffs still deliver that small cinema thrill. One reviewer even leaned into gear that widens perfect parry timing, trading safety nets for swagger. That's the heartbeat of Yotei. You dial in, and the game sings back. Progression is mostly elegance. No XP shower, you earn techniques through shrines and quests. Charms meaningfully tilt your approach. Armor sets lean you into particular playstyles. If you want to cosplay a smoke bombing, chain assassinating night terror, there's a path. If you want to live in the pocket with parries and riposts, you can tune for that too. Eurogamer dinged the builds as shallow, fair critique if you expect CRPG granularity. The flip side is the restraint keeps encounters readable and lets the skill ceiling come from you, not a spreadsheet. Exploration is where the vibes and the systems argue. The wind returns as your diegetic waypoint, still gorgeous, still basically an arrow in a kimono. Golden birds, clue maps you slot onto the world. A shamisen that can sing you toward hot springs and trinkets, it's all stylish. But the difficulty curve on discovery is flatter than a tatami mat. Eurogamer calls out instant lock-in maps and statues as puzzles straight out of a kid's book. IGN counters that even if the platforming and rock climbs are formulaic, the game at least wraps them in thematic touches and pushes you to new corners. Both are right, and your tolerance comes down to whether you want an artful Sunday drive or you crave orienteering without a chaperone. Side content is the biggest split. Game Rant argues it's finally worth doing because encounters escalate as you dismantle, the 6 enemy patrols adapt, and even random camps can tie into Saito's taunts. IGN echoes that some optional chains funnel you into standout duels and super boss tests. Eurogamer: cut bamboo, kill 6 to 12 dudes' energy again and again, with the old Tsushima problem of volume over invention. The truth is in the middle. Yotei absolutely has checkbox DNA, wolf dens, shrines, altars, the whole ritual, but when a side thread shepherds you into a high-stakes one-on-one where the parry game's tight and the soundtrack goes quiet, you forget the checklist exists. Presentation is a flex. Rain beating on faces, flower fields that look hand-placed, skyboxes that make you stop moving even though you're being shot at. Pre-rendered story beats are filmmaker clean. In-engine chats can still feel like 2 mannequins debating taxes in a meadow. Photo mode is mapped and dangerously addictive. There's a playful mode suite too. Classic black and white film grain for the cineists, a blood turned to 11 filter for the splatterheads, and a lo-fi, Watanabe vibe mode that is equal parts mood and meme. Accessibility options are robust across controls and UI. Performance reports are broadly strong post-patch, though as always your mileage can vary in busier battles. Quick spoiler in 3, 2, 1. The prologue's cruelty is staged to brand you as the Onryo, vengeance in human skin, and the game never really lets that mythology drift. It's not a rug pull twist machine, it's a character study framed by duels. Back to safe ground. Atsu's companions help sand the edge without declawing it, and the best missions bottle the open world away to run you down immaculate corridors of tension. Which brings us home. Veteran Games' take, Ghost of Yotei is a phenomenal action game hauling around a competent open world. When the camera tightens and the dual music hums, it's better than Tsushima. When the map asks you to go pet your 5th Fox analog for the same reward, you'll wish Sucker Punch trusted the linear spine it already built. If you live for crisp sword feel and deliberate parry windows, this is a day one PS5 staple. If your patience for gentle scavenger hunts is thin, you'll still have a great time. You'll just have an even better one if you mainline the critical path and pick your side content with intent. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. We'll praise craft, roast bloat, and keep you honest about where to spend your dollars and hours. Final spark to argue over. Would Ghost of Yotei be unequivocally better as a focused 15-hour linear revenge gauntlet, or does the open world's wandering breath actually make the blade cut deeper?